Hey everybody, I am Pikemaster, and I am back with another Poppy Playtime theory, because I think I have figured out the true identity of the prototype. But before we get into this, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so that would be greatly appreciated, and thank you. Now, since the release of Chapter 4, we've learned so much about the prototype. We learned that Ollie was just a mimic voice who tricked us and Poppy, along with being the main antagonist for the next and final game. But the thing is, what is the prototype? What does he look like, and what does he even do? Well, so far we've gotten a few pieces that sketch something out. We've seen the multiple encounters with his hand, a shadow of possibly his legs, his many voices, his access to the labs, and use Harley to help him, and of course, Catnap's glorious shrine. But these don't really give us much to work with, so who is he? Well, I think this also helps us explain who we are as the player. So starting off, we seem to be the only human in the factory, having the highest intelligence of any of the creatures. And way back in Chapter 2, we learned that the prototype also had an unprecedented level of intelligence, being able to disassemble an alarm clock to build a laser pointer as an attempt to escape. So that means we and the prototype both have the highest intelligence. We also have plans. What am I getting at? We are the prototype. Don't follow? Here, let me break it down for you. We know that Playtime Co. has been working with the idea of creating life for a long time now, but it was only by the 1006th attempt that they were finally able to get it right. But what is the prototype? I mean, why would a toy company try to bring life to some random giant robot and not some marketable mascot toy? But one we've never thought of. Well, we know on November 20th, 1990, Theodore, who was experiment 1188, was turned into Catnap. So this had to have taken place a while before 1990. We can assume that by the very creation of the Bigger Bodies Initiative and the quote, "What if the people we have working here aren't people?" We know that they were trying to create workers by any means necessary. So what if the prototype was that idea? I mean, we don't even know what the prototype even is standing for. Unless, what if they wanted to make their own artificial being to endlessly duplicate and recreate, but also be able to sell off to the public? What if the prototype is a droid? Which a droid is a robot with an appearance and abilities resembling that of a human. They literally were trying to create people. And who wouldn't want their own droid at home, especially before the 1990s? That would be world changing. So, how does he relate to us as the player? Well, all we know is that he's the prototype and the original, but we don't know how many experiments were ran on this, or how many experiments there even ended up being. So what if we are the prototype? We are just much more advanced and human-like than it. We could possibly be a successful later experiment in a test line that the prototype failed in. I mean, take technology as a whole, for example. Look at things like modern planes and cars. And now look at their original design for them. They were a lot bigger and with more additional parts than we need now and very basic functions. You do this, and that's it. So what if the prototype is the first ever car, and we are just a modern day version with a lot more features? What if this player character we're always depicted as is actually how we look? Like, think about when we jump. Take a listen. That metallic clicking would be odd if we were a person. It could be tools, but why would we need a tool belt to go save our coworkers and literally never use them? And it can't be the grab pack because the sound is too loose to be from it. And take the numerous times we fall. We can run all over the factory without even breaking a sweat, needing to eat or taking a rest, not even making a sound when encountering things that would scare anyone, and take damage like a legend. We have been through vents, chase sequence after chase sequence, knocked unconscious by a derailed train, dropped down a garbage chute, ingested hallucinogenic gas, which maybe we're advanced enough to be able to have a respiratory system, and fall headfirst onto sharp rocks, somehow not instantly breaking our neck and killing us, but letting us stand back up and enter the labs just to be hit with more gas. Oh, hi, Huggy. A living human could never survive this. So that's why I think we are one of three things. Number one, we are an advanced AI with problem solving intelligence trying to save the real coworkers in the facility. Two, we could be a staff member or a child whose soul has been put inside this droid body like every other toy. Or number three, and what I think is most likely, we are being remote controlled. We, as the gamer, could be controlling this robotic body since we know it could be too dangerous to go ourselves. We could be watching through eye cameras like we are there, remote controlling our body, the exact point of the toy that Playtime Co. was trying to create. Being able to use the product to do things we as people don't want to do or physically can. And that's also what the prototype is, just a less modernized and advanced version. And also, in settings in some of the games, you could add a film grain filter, which basically makes your game look like you're looking through a TV, along with pausing the game and death screens. All of those, you get the same TV filter. And maybe the dialogue that's said after you die, maybe that's computer code forcing you to continue and get up even though you could be damaged or broken. It's still just making you get up to continue to fulfill your task as someone is controlling you. So I think the game will come down to version versus version, and that's how the game will end, possibly shutting down the prototype to free the toys, but being the same programs, possibly sacrificing our body if we are only being controlled, and or our minds if we are our own being, giving everyone else freedom. But hey, that's just a theory. A Pike theory! Uh, is that okay? But anyways, that's just my thoughts, my own little theory. Leave a comment down below to let me know your thoughts and if you liked this style of video, a little theory video, and if you'd like to see more of it. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace!